Call mom.
And we are recording. Diane's like, what are you giggling about? What I'm giggling about is one of our friends and viewers who I absolutely love. It's now 1:02, right? So we need to start right at 1. And I already got a message from her saying, are you going live? Which is awesome. I love it. So welcome to Speakeasy with Jase. Today is a very special one. Hold on. I want to make sure this is not speaker view. It's in gallery view. It seems like it's switching back and forth. I want to make sure it's you can see us both at the same time all the time. Can you check that, Diane? Or actually, yeah, you can share it out. Yeah. So welcome to Speakeasy with Jase. Today is a very special episode. Today's episode is the love episode. So today is going to be mostly kvetching, a little bit of training, especially on personal growth. So I want to catch up just on some highs and what's been going on in the last week. Oh my gosh, so much cool business stuff happened last week, and share with you guys some really cool things. So let's start with, please welcome to the show, the wonderful and talented Diane Mooney. Welcome to the show, Diane.
Hello. I'm still sharing this out.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to share a little bit. So catch you up on some business stuff. I have an event I do called the Profit Plan, and it's for coaches, speakers, authors, trainers. It's really for people who want to put together a coaching mentorship program, who are information marketers. And so we had the venue, we put it out on Facebook, was gorgeous. We met some people, a guy named Jeff Wilcox, who's a fantastic coach in Boise. He's really a great guy on getting systems in place for the business, scaling businesses. He's working with, he had a 7-figure business in the service industry, and he's working with billionaires. And we had a woman named Vanessa, who's an expert in SEO and video. And then we had 2 other coaches who are in black belt speaker training. One of them, Sarah, and she's really great with helping people transform their body image, subconscious programs and limiting beliefs that lead to weight loss. And then Dave, had grew a tech company, actually multiple tech companies, and sold them, which I think is incredible. And Dave is an expert in multiple things, and we were honing in. And one of the things he has real expertise on is that thing that you want to do that you've been thinking about a long time that you haven't done yet, how to actually get it done, how to start it and accomplish it, whether it's a book, creating a business, creating that next product set or seminar and making it happen. He's an expert in making it happen. So we were mapping out what their coaching programs would look like. We're mapping out what their product sets could look like, how much they should sell, what they should sell for. And we did it in this. So I mentioned Jeff has these connections. So Jeff knows these people who have like this gorgeous multi-acre estate, and then everyone in the family has built a home, these gorgeous giant homes. Like, here's how nice the place is. The playground that's just for them is bigger than most cities' playgrounds. It's this awesome.
Oh my gosh, the playground is bigger than most houses I've lived in.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then like it was snowing out right next to the venue where we have a meeting. It's these orchards, and so we're in this gorgeous place doing this trip, talking about how to change the world and how to make a lot of money. And so we gave Dave a challenge to go on to, and it was a great event. It was really interesting for me, is Dynamic Life is coming up. So maybe I was the space for it, because Dynamic Life is really about handling that deep-seated stuff that you need to change in order to have your life change and get the life you actually want. It's not enough to learn how-to. How-tos aren't enough. You got to really go to, I'm pulling up the video just so you guys know so that I can see comments. So it's really about transforming what's in your heart so that all of life works better. And I'm going to talk about how some of that stuff's been coming up for me today. So anyway, we did this work, gave Dave a challenge to go do a LinkedIn video and talk about how he wants some case studies. And he put the video up on Friday, and he already had a taker, and he's getting a new client. And then Sarah sent a message, just things are transforming for her. Jeff and Vanessa have some stuff coming up, and things are just popping. And it was such an awesome event. I'm like over the moon for these guys and so excited for what's happening for them. So that's business-wise my biggest update. Diane, what's your biggest business update? Anything new you want to share? Anything about the biz? Anything like that?
In business?
Anything. But business, not the stuff from today's love episode yet, but anything else.
No, I'm getting really excited. This will be the first year that I get to walk the whole year through with the black belts from beginning to finish. And so, I kind of came in a third of the way through the year last year, and I got to see some really great transformations, but I'm just really excited to see the whole process start to finish. So really excited for this year.
Awesome. So, yeah, so just to be clear, it's January, and Black Belt has a series of calls and intensives. So we have some people that started like last June, but it's been more virtual stuff. And now with the live event, it really kicks off. So commercial, if you're a speaker, trainer, author, if you want to know what to say and how to say it, so you make a difference and you make a lot of money, the first real intensive we do with Black Belt is the end of January, and this is a beautiful time to step in. We have conference calls. We have all kinds of stuff. If you're interested in Black Belt speaker training, we have some spots open. Just type yes in the comments or send me a PM. We'll set up a private conversation to see if it's right for you. I'll tell you if it's not. If it is, I'll do whatever I can to make it workable for you to be there. By the way, great news. Jeff is going to be joining Black Belt. So we don't have the contract yet. He told me joining, so I'm excited to see what he's. By the way, great news. What is that? Jeff is going to be joining Black Belt. So we don't have the contract yet. He told me. It must be in here. Oh, you got it? So that's super exciting. All right, so I guess should we jump into today's episode? And hello to our viewers. Let's see who's viewing. My mom is joined. What's up, Mom? Christy Orlando's there. Christy will be joining us the end of January. I saw Christy last night. We met out and watched the national championship game. Harold, what's up, buddy? Becky Jerrigan said, what's up, Becky? Becky's a friend of mine from Boise who's always out skiing or doing something super cool. Erica, hi. Erica Keys, good to see you. Jeff Salonis, what's up, Salonis? Boop. Janelle, hi, new mom, Janelle. Mary, Elizabeth Tracy, hi. Cindy, good to see you. Hi, guys. Great to see all of you. I don't know if I said hello to Marianne Blair. Hello, Marianne Blair. It's nice to see all of you guys. So you probably already know if you have been following me. And, oh my gosh, last week was one of the busiest weeks of my life because a couple of reasons. I was, Rory Warren, what's up, Rory? Because last week I was not only running that 2-day event, and it got super intense with some of the transformational work we did. Would you agree, Diane?
Yes.
I think you're on this side. I could look at you like this when you're talking. So it got super intense, and every night, though, I had to go home and I had hours of work to do because I planned a scavenger hunt for Betsy to formally propose to her. So my big news is I would like to invite to the show my fiance, Betsy. Everybody welcome Betsy to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
And Betsy is kind of shy, believe it or not, even though she can sing really well. She's a little shy. So welcome to Speakeasy with Jase.
Thank you. It is awesome to be here. I've only been on the show once, and
like
so much has happened since then.
Look at all the hearts coming for you. Yeah, mash those hearts for Betsy. Hearts for Betsy. Hearts for Betsy. So the first of many.
Yes, the first of many. That's right.
If you want people to agree to something, ask them on a Facebook Live. They can't say yes, right? Like, what you can do? Like, no. Yeah, so I proposed. So I thought what we could do is share like kind of the story of how I proposed and like what we did. I don't want to try to brag with you guys, but I like sharing with you guys, and I think it was pretty badass.
It really was.
I mean, she said yes, so that was great. So I want to show you guys some stuff also. I want to do some screen shares with you. So Diane, chip in. Actually, we should say, Diane, what's up for today's date update? And then this is today's date update. So, all right. So my marketer's brain, I got to turn it off. So I'm going to do some screen shares with you guys. So, so I posted. Hang on, I got to mute this to make sure. All right, good. So I posted this picture of us, and it has holy crap, like 250 likes, 129 comments, and my marketer's brain went, how do we put this in the lead gen?
Of course you did.
I have a wedding to pay for. Sign up for Black Belt.
Great.
Yeah, right?
That's right. You sign up for black belt. It's going to be transforming.
It's going to be really amazing now.
Horrible.
I know, absolutely horrible. So here's what I did. Here's the context behind it. We're going to do a whole bunch. So you guys so what you know, this is what today's episode is really going to be about, is kind of sharing what I did to propose. So I'm in Houston right now. I'll be flying back to Boise tonight. And we're getting married the 15th over in,
15th of next month.
Of February, yeah, in Port Aransas, which is right just south of Corpus Christi. So it'll be right close to the water and out, kind of outdoors. It should be cool.
Yeah, really nice.
Yes.
We're working on all those details.
Yeah, now I understand. Okay, I'm going to rant for a second. First, I'm going to say I understand something, then I'm going to rant. Here's what I understand. Now I understand why they say if you can get through planning a wedding, that you can get married. Holy crap, it's like a lot, right? It's ridiculous. And then we're like just signing contracts and stuff. Do you mind sharing with the audience what you were telling me yesterday about creatives as we're going through this process? Don't name names, obviously, but just creatives in general.
I was stating that creatives, and let me just define what a creative is in my own way. A creative is somebody who dedicates to the arts. So music, dance,
photography.
Art, yes.
She's
and
trying
so
to be smooth and not say
to,
photography, video.
When it comes to weddings, there's so many arts involved, decorations. And so I was thinking, I'm like, the creatives would really benefit with knowing how to run their business.
Like a business?
A business, yeah.
So she was saying that, and part of it came from, so I have a really good friend, Adam, and Adam Sturberg owns Las Vegas Corporate Photography. And by the way, Diane has a very surprise announcement coming in a bit. So you're going to have to stay tuned to find out what that is.
There's 2 segments.
There's 2 segments to this show. So, and her surprise is a real surprise. She planned a surprise birthday for her guy.
You're getting too much away.
Wait, is Sprinkle this one?
Sprinkle.
Yeah, she planned a surprise for Sprinkle, and boy, did she sprinkle him. Sprinkle. She's surprised. So anyway, welcome to the show, Natalie Laylock. Good to see you. I just had an amazing coaching session with Natalie. She and I are speaking at an event this coming week in Atlanta. By the way, if you want to get some speaker training or you're in Atlanta, Google Speakers Need to Speak. Dan, let's post that link up in the show notes also, please. And I'm going to be talking about how to be funny, make money. Natalie's talking about your signature program. So anyway, we spent an hour and a half going through her presentation and tweaking it up, and it's already good, and it just became like over the top great. Natalie is going to crush it.
Go Natalie.
Go Natalie. So also welcome to the show, Julie Bolton. Hi, Julie. Jim just joined. Hi, Jim. It's good to see you, my man. Lori Lee just joined. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Lori's going to work out with me. Lori.
Yes,
you know who Jim is. So,
hey, everybody.
Yeah, Jim, we missed your profit plan. So anyway, so Adam owns Las Vegas Corporate Photography. So he's shooting CES right now, big time corporations, right? So he had an attorney create his contract, and he's like, when we created this contract, she went through every possible contingency, everything that could ever happen, everything, right? And so I have been getting him involved. And so the photographer that we chose, and I'm so excited to work with her, name's Dana, and she shot my friend Brian's wedding. And the photos are like, I looked at a lot of photographers, they did good stuff. There's only one person I looked at and I was like, oh wow. And what sold me on her was Vanessa, who was at Profit Plan, is an expert in media marketing. They have a media division. So I showed her photos from some other options we had, and she's like, well,
lots of options.
Yeah, lots. And she's like, well, they're okay. Remind me to talk about case studies, please.
Yeah.
So she had, we have different options. We show Vanessa and Diane these different options, and like, well, that's nice. And then I show them Dana's photos, and Vanessa and Diane simultaneously both go, wow. And then there's, ooh, wow, holy. And I was like, wait, and Vanessa's like, she has an eye, she's creative. And I was like, all right, this is it. Because I already loved her stuff. And so there's a difference that I couldn't necessarily see. I just knew I liked it, but an expert saw it. So now going back to the contract. So she sends a contract, and it's a pretty good contract. Hey, Steve Perry, good to see you. I miss you. Steve, black belt starts in January. If you want to come to Dynamic Life, do me a favor. Contact Steve separately, Diane. Steve Perry about black belt. Alex Dumas, good to see you. So back to the story. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just very excited today. So back to the story. So Adam writes me back, and Adam is used to doing all this corporate stuff. And he's like, well, by when will she deliver? And it says that she will edit them beautifully, but what does that mean? Is she going to do this? Is she going to do this? Is she going to do this? How many megapixels will they be? When will the downloads be available? How long will it, so like all these questions, right? And sometimes when I talk to Adam, he's got like one of these brains that can pick apart everything. Like we're talking about having Adam come and shoot some photographs at my next event, and he's asking all these questions. I'm like, dude, you're like making these, just take pictures. And he's like asking all these questions, and I'm like, ah! But I'm like, it made me realize, oh, he's dealt with all this stuff that should be thought of.
Exactly.
And so when she's saying creatives run their business like a business, one of the things we realized is a lot of these creatives don't know how to run a business like a business.
Yes.
And they want to be creatives. And now this is the, thank you. Oh, there's Vanessa. Vanessa, I was just talking about you. Welcome to the show. Vanessa Danielson, hey, good to see you. Alex, good to see you. So by the way, if you're in Boise and you're looking for social media, video production team, Vanessa's your lady.
Or Valentine's Day photos.
Actually, and here's her new thing. Vanessa, I hope it's okay I put it out there. Vanessa, we figured out, check this out. For anyone in business, what's the hardest part of business? Getting clients and making sales. Vanessa's sweet spot in life is getting clients and making sales. So she wants to be the person that goes out on your behalf, speaks on your behalf, crushes it, turns over to you to fulfill. So, Diane, I didn't tell you this, but we are planting seeds that maybe Vanessa could do that for us. So she's awesome, though, if you're looking for someone. Welcome to the show. Also, Tina Torres, good to see you. Just a presentation. Vanessa there. Thanks, Tina. Christine Kidder, hi, good to see you. So, oh, by the way, so Jen Purdue Holt just joined, and one day I was talking to, I think Natalie said my brain is amazing. Thanks, Natalie. So, sorry I'm doing all the talking. You want to talk more?
Nope.
Okay, so.
You sure?
Positive. Thank you, Diane.
Would you like to sing?
No.
Oh, really? Just a little bit?
She hears, she's like, no, I don't want to. We're on live, but I'd be honored to. So,
there's a video of me singing.
Unfortunately, the audio won't share, so you might have to dub over it when we show it. So, Ricky Lang, hey Ricky, I stayed with Ricky, your husband. They helped me out on the proposal. So, oh my gosh, so many stories to tell. So let me get through this thought about creatives, then we'll tell the story. But first, an aside. So Jen and I were this high-end mastermind, and Jen and her dad, David, own NAMS, which is Novice Advanced Marketing System. If you're a coach, speaker, author, trainer, and you want to learn how to put in place your marketing systems yourself, reach out to Jen Purdue. So I'm talking with Jen once, and she goes, you know, I really love your lives, and you give so much content, but then sometimes in the middle of it, you'll be like, hey, Napa just went by. Say hi to Napa, everybody. And she like, it totally throws me off. So today will be DistractedCon Love episode, and we will be telling lots and lots of stories about how I proposed. So jumping back to the creatives, so we're talking about the contracts, but then the other thing was, I kind of hurt someone's feelings last week. I was negotiating to get a photographer and a videographer here, and I'm looking at their Instagram, and they have pictures of people and like graduation pictures and some other stuff, but they had no wedding or engagement photos. And so I said to the person who introduced us, hey, I want to help these guys out, and I noticed they have no wedding or engagement photos. It would be worth it to, I think it would be worth it to them to do it for free just to get those, and we'll let them use a bunch of them in their marketing, but you know, I'll still pay them. So the next day, the person who was introducing us, who's also creative, is like, hey man, that kind of rubbed me wrong when you said that. And I was like, really? I was like, I never want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I explained to him, I know, and this is one of the things I teach my clients, and this is real content if you want to write this down. If you don't have niche testimonials and case studies, you need to get that. So for instance, when I was doing a lot of hypnotherapy, every time I did a certain kind of session, like for instance, I did one on stage fright, I would have them give me a testimonial specifically on how we overcame stage fright. And then I had a spreadsheet with a link to every different kind of hypnosis session I did. So I could search like stage fright and send someone a link to that YouTube video. Someone else, we did a breakthrough on money, I could send them that link. And now as a speaker, what I'm doing is collecting niche testimonials for people who have been to my trainings, who are coaches, who are business owners, who are men, who are women, who are different races, who are different, or I should say ethnic descriptions, who are at different places, whether they're beginning, advanced, experience. And so when I'm going into a new arena, and I said this to the creative who introduced this, I said, hey, just so you know my heart, I always want to help people. And I have many, many, many times given away my business, then give it away, or really a better word would be invest in my business by not charging in order to collect a testimonial and create a case study. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm not sure you believe me. So,
and that's the hard part about it, knowing that that is a way of investing in your business, that, you provide this service to be able to set a foundation for yourself.
Yes. Also, welcome to the show. Dan Clyde joined. Brian Elliott. Brian, we have hired Dana. Carolyn D. Madsen. I don't know which one of you is watching, but hi, I bet it's Carol. So I said that's a creative. I've done it free many times. So then we hired Dana to do the photography, and Dana hires a second photographer, and she pays them. I guess I should look at you also, Dan. So Dana hires a second photographer, and she pays them. And so we sent these two photographers that we were looking at, we sent their links to her for her to look at perhaps hiring them. And this is what she messages me back. She goes, they look like they have an eye, but I don't think they've worked a lot of weddings because they have no pictures of weddings. And so she hired someone else and didn't even, I don't know if she considered them or not, but she hired someone else. So I'm like, that's
a whole other stranger.
Yes.
She doesn't know the person that she hired because it's in a whole different city. But it's a whole other stranger because they do have a show.
Yeah, because they had a case study that was niche. They showed they'd worked weddings. So we and these two other guys, we know them. They're friends of someone very close to us, right? So it just went to show, like, if you don't have a niche case study / testimonial, it will cost you business. And it's exactly what I had been addressing the day before. And I think a lot of these creatives don't get this. It's not that we're always, it's not that people are trying to nickel and dime them. It's that you got to, I love what you say, you got to invest in your business in order to create stuff. Some more hellos and shout outs. Alejandro, it's good to see you. And then Stevie Thompson and Sarah Pfeiffer, hi. And then Eric Tarno. It's been forever. Eric's an old buddy. Eric was one of my first speaker clients ever. He's just an amazing guy in Las Vegas. So, good to see all you guys. This is the most viewers we've ever had live for a live. You're going to have to be on a lot more.
Got it.
How can we get engaged?
Diane, high
five. How can we get engaged once a month? We'll have the wedding to talk about next month. So that'll be a good numbers. And then pictures from the honeymoon.
There you go.
No, we're not showing pictures.
Where are you guys going on a honeymoon?
Huh?
Where are you going?
Where are we going?
We haven't decided.
Betsy hasn't decided yet.
I want the warm weather before I go and move up to Boise.
Yes. She thinks it's going to be cool. Although, how's the weather in Boise right now, Diane? I heard you guys got crazy snow.
Yeah, we got some good snow. The roads are covered in ice right now. I don't know if you can see out the window there. But we got a fair amount of snow and that really kind of wet, hacky, icy snow.
Ooh. It's funny being here where it's all hot and rainy. I see that. I'm like, oh, it does look cold. Betsy's mom is coming up to visit Boise next week, so she can feel safe with Betsy coming up. That's my goal, is for her to feel safe and have a great experience. But she keeps saying I need to buy boots and I need to buy a jacket. And I'm like, you don't need all that. So so let's do some more shout outs. Randall Skelton, good to see you. Nicole Stahl, another friend from Boise who spoke at our last event. Randall Grizzle. Randall is in Boise and he teaches Grateful Closers. He teaches top-end closers how to sell them. Randall, you are actually on my list to call today. If you're still watching, I need someone to work a booth at at a trade show very soon where we're going to be selling high ticket items. Please let me know if you have someone like that. PM me. Liz Campo, it's good to see you. So potentials though for honeymoons, we're talking about, so we're getting married at Port Aransas, is right on the coast. So we're getting married on Saturday, and then Sunday, we're going to drive down to McAllen. They call it the Valley. So Betsy has a huge amount of family that lives in South Texas, and then some live in North Mexico, I guess. So we're going to have another celebration on Sunday night for them. And oh, I'm so looking forward to the food. It's going to be amazing.
Yes. It's going to be good.
Yeah, we're going to really, and then we'll do our honeymoon, and we're thinking about, we were first talking about Machu Picchu. And we're thinking about, I might just go back to Port Aransas and just really enjoy the beach there and stuff. So thank you, Randall said congrats. Thanks, man. Okay, so we've covered the creatives. So now let's talk about what I did. So here's what I did. I have been telling Betsy she's my treasure. I figured out early on, they say just when you know, right? So I figured out early on, Betsy is my treasure, and I started calling her my treasure. And so I'm going to show you guys some pictures. So last week was a crazy week because Betsy's here and I had an event, and then she doesn't know that I was planning to surprise her and propose live on Sunday. And I got a photographer and a videographer for the proposal, figuring that we could use those for our engagement photos.
Yep.
But Betsy didn't know this. So like the night before, I fly out Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night I fly out. So Friday night, Betsy's just had it. She's going to meet friends.
I've had it, especially since I have done some shopping. I'm doing that.
She does not like shopping. So you want to tell her what you said, or you want me to?
No, go ahead.
So Friday night, she goes, honey, I'm going to be very ugly for the next few minutes. And her version of ugly is like, so, but she's like, for her it was me. She's like, I'm very stressed. I don't know where because I told, so they're coming up the 21st and 25th, and I'm like, we could do our engagement photos then in Boise, hoping we could get them done, the formal proposal. So I'm like, she's like, I don't know where we're doing it. I don't know what the color scheme will be. I don't know what colors I should be wearing. Da 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 da. And I'm like, just wear this, and here's the color scheme, and I'm describing where we'll be in Houston and all that stuff.
Except you don't say to wear just this. You say to dress like a treasure.
Oh yeah, I say to dress like a treasure, and I'm trying not to give it away. And I'm like, she's buying a dress just for the formal proposal, and I'm like, send pictures of the dress so I know what you've got. And like, she's not picking it out, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear. So when I flew to Houston, I literally brought almost every dress shirt and jacket I had. I came for 2 nights, and I brought a giant bag, like my biggest check bag I owned, stuffed full of clothes. I could barely close it. I know what she's gonna wear, and I needed to find out what she's gonna wear so that I can put my outfit together. So anyway, here's what I did. I've been telling her, you're my treasure, you're my treasure, you're my treasure, you're my treasure. And the reason why is this, and I made this image, and so I'm gonna do a bunch of screen shares with you guys. So I made this image, and it says, the man who finds a wife finds a treasure and receives favor from the Lord. And so that's a quote in the Bible. And so that's why I've been calling her my treasure. And I've been telling her, you're about to go on a treasure hunt to discover what it means to be a treasure. So, and then I started saying, you're going to put together the puzzle of what it means to be a treasure. And that's what this is. So I had it turned into a puzzle. And then what I did, and that is, Diane and I picked this up. Here's Diane at the store. We were so
Everybody
excited.
knew everything, and I knew absolutely.
It was great.
I mean, I thought I knew a lot. Jase's like, I'm trying not to give too much away. So I'm like, haha, Jase is giving so much away. I know. I knew nothing.
You knew nothing. So it was so hard, you guys, because Saturday night, Saturday is when I'm flying, and I knew it would be an airplane, and I couldn't talk to her for a while because there's not a lot of direct flights to Boise, so I had to connect through somewhere, right? Well, NFL playoffs were on Saturday, and I wanted to watch that, and then also Diane had a surprise party scheduled for her guy. So I'm like, well, I'm going to probably watch the games, which was true because I could watch them on Southwest. And I'm like, I might go by Sprinkle's party or something like that. Or no, I said, Diane's having a surprise party for Sprinkle. So I didn't lie. I told the truth. And, you know, it's a little sneaky. So then I'm messaging on Southwest. You can message for free on the airplane. So I'm messaging the whole time. But here's where it was really difficult is, hold on, I'm going to stop the share real quick. So what was really difficult was Saturday night. I was hanging out with Chris and Ricky. They picked me up from the airport, and we had a drink, and we're hanging out late. And I was like, yeah, I was having a drink with friends. And Betsy's like, well, what friends? And I go, now you want to lie to her?
Change the subject.
Yeah, and I changed the subject like 3 times. And she's like, what friends? And then she's getting pissed because I'm not telling her that. We're not pissed, but you know what I mean?
He's ignoring.
And then I'm like, she's like, well, do I know these friends? And I'm like, probably. But I couldn't tell her Chris and Ricky because then she'd know I'm in Houston, right? And so then she's like, this doesn't feel good. You're not being honest with me. And I'm like,
You're being very secret.
yeah, they're being totally secret. So. So back to the story. I don't think I can share audio. So I updated and I think it's not working. Oh, yay, it's working. So I filmed these videos. And so here's what I did. When the treasure hunt started, I was sending her videos like this. Say, let me know if you can hear it, please.
Baby, it's here. Today, you are about to embark on a treasure hunt. And by the end of the day, you will puzzle out what it means to be a treasure. And I hope that by the end of today, you really get why you are my treasure and how much you are treasured. I love you so much.
So here's the first one. Like, here's her first clip.
Babe, here's your first clue. You got to get to this place. At this place, we watched a movie, but it wasn't in a theater. It was kind of like watching it in God's living room. And this day, you helped me become a better Christian. Where were we?
Did you know right away?
Yeah. Well,
You
I
want
think
to tell
I
them?
may have typical seconds.
Yeah.
So at that point, I knew that we hadn't watched any movies together. We hadn't watched any movies together in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And we hadn't gone to the movie theater. So whenever you said God's living room, I was like, God. And then whenever you said about a Christian, you hadn't said that to me before. So I was like, oh, I know. That was church. Whenever we went to church together.
So that's what happened. So let me show you guys what it looked like. So what I did was I left these envelopes around town, and in each envelope was a piece of the puzzle of what it means to be a Christian. So, for instance, like she would find the clue to the next destination, and then in this bag were pieces of literally a puzzle. So she's puzzling out what it means to be a treasure, and then can you see that, Diane? Is it big enough?
Yeah.
Am I sharing my whole screen, or am I just sharing the iPhoto?
You're sharing your whole screen.
Okay, let's do iPhoto. It might work better. So there. So then as she's putting it together, and then so what happens is as she finds the T, she texts me a T, and then I sent her back a video from me saying T stands for your timeless beauty. But then what I had also done, and this is her discovering why she's a treasure, I got videos from all her friends and family saying why she was a treasure. So now we have videos from like all these people in her life, including her cousins, her brother, and her parents, telling her T stands for this, and then Diane, do you want to? So E, like I'd send E, and I'd send what I said. And
I
then
love it.
Diane, do you want to tell them what you said for E?
E stands for E, which is the sound Jase makes whenever he thinks about you.
I loved it.
It was
I
funny.
absolutely loved it. And I thought I had messaged you about it, but I messaged your mom.
Yeah. So one of the places we sent her, we sent her to a crate place, and we got our frame to assemble the treasure. So literally, she's puzzling out what it means to be a treasure, and then the first part of the double entendre. So puzzle, and then literally the word treasure and what it means in the Bible quote, and then why we all think she's a treasure. And so that they started like 10, and they went all day. And then one of the stops here was they wrote Betsy's, it's called Treats of Mexico, and they wrote on a little thing outside for her. And like what I did was I bought them gift certificates as they went to the crate place, they had lunch, and then here they told her she has to sing for her clue.
Yeah, I was not ready.
so happy. Oh, poor TV. Yay! So what the heck?
Yeah, everybody was recording that was in there, and they had like an iPad in the back, like just standing to be recording everything, and
it was awesome.
Yeah.
So then, so we had all these people in. Oh, by the way, training for everyone watching. If you want people to do stuff for you, tell them I'm about to propose. They'll like bend over backwards for you. I found that. Hopefully you can only actually, and we'll only say that once in your life, but anyway. So they got a bunch of pictures there, and then, they were Betsy's treasure hunt on this side. It's just so sweet how much people want to get involved. And so now you can see.
I want to put in my 2 cents here that Vanessa's watching. She put out her V sense of the day, and it was along the lines of people want to help, so ask for help. People want to help, and so yeah,
very nice. Yeah,
especially for proposals.
Yes. So some more shout outs. Liz Campos, hey, Tamara Murphy, what's up, Timmy? Amy, hi, Amy. Chris, hi. Becky said, gotta run. Looking forward to seeing. Yeah, I'll be back tonight. Becky, let's grab a beer soon. We should hit the bar with the puppets. So there's a real dog friendly bar we go to, and like the dogs can be off. So anyway, so they did that, and here she is putting the puzzle together. So the whole day, I think I sent her a total of 24 videos of people telling Betsy why she's a treasure. And so her friends were capturing her reactions. Now we have all these videos of Betsy like watching, like this is how every video looks, right? She's watch, finishes. Which is what I was hoping, right? The only bad part about that is when I showed up for the actual proposal, she didn't cry as much. I was hoping she burst out of the tears, but I think she was like empty by then. So
That is so funny.
And the worst part was Friday night. She was so stressed, and I was like, "Oh, I should just tell her I'm coming." I was like, "No, keep it a secret." And I couldn't go. We haven't seen each other for like 2 weeks. We hadn't planned to see each other for like another 2 weeks, and that was the longest we would have gone without seeing each other since we met. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there so soon," but I couldn't. It's just very difficult. So here's the puzzle coming together, right? The puzzle was so cool. So the 2 parts of the puzzle that I left for the last stop is the last row and this row, and those say, and I'll tell you in a minute what they say. So you guys get the flow, and I told her for the very end of the day, dress like a treasure, and her friends are in on it.
And I thought I was just going out to like a celebration with my girlfriends, and that was it.
Yep. Isui and Ori, thank you for the help. We got some of her best friends involved. So they're like, so we you got them involved. They're like, yeah, Betsy, let's just go celebrate that you're gonna get married, we'll have a fun time out. Oh, here's the first piece of the puzzle by itself. It just doesn't look so cool. I love how it came out. So
I took this one.
oh, nice one. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have showed him this one. This was like the most embarrassing clue.
Well,
You want to read it?
He asked me if this was okay, and I said it was.
This is how you guys, like, I'm already cooking on these lives. If you heard all this stuff I don't say, and like people think I'm so clean, it's because I used to be so dirty. So this is like the cleanest thing. So do you want to read it, honey, in case someone can't read it, like they're just listening?
Really?
Yeah.
So whenever I first read this, I had to read it to myself. I was at a bar, and they were like, read it out loud. They're recording me. And so here I am in front of my friends and an empty bar, because it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and like 4 bartenders saying, your next clue, I want to fertilize your eggs. Okay, if not that, I want to eat some eggs. I am eating fancy eggs. Where am I?
I thought crepes were just made of eggs. Evidently it has like batter in it, but it was for a crepe plate, right?
Yeah.
So Diane, if this isn't bad enough, like you just put this on the live, the worst part of this is her brother is a graphics designer, and I'm helping him. I asked him to help me tighten up some of the clues, and like how they looked. And so we're going through it on Canva, and we're FaceTiming, and I'm showing him at the computer, and I forgot this was in there. I'm like, oh crap! And I tried to skip it, but he already saw it. I'm like, oh, her brother's reading. I want to fertilize your eggs. But he was actually really cool about it. He was like, no, I thought it was funny. I'm like, it wasn't too bad. He's like, no, it's all right, yeah. So, Junior, you were amazing. Junior and I got to hang out like all day on Saturday. Yeah, her brother. And like we ran around he picked me up and we ran around all day Saturday getting stuff ready. Thank God he was there.
Dropping off the clues.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was alone doing that.
She was going to ask him to go with her on the scavenger hunt. I'm like, no. I'm like, and this is how I started off. I'm like, do you think I'm just magically going to teleport everything? I need him to go put the clues out for me. So then it gave an excuse too, in case she saw his car, right?
Right.
So it was great. So she puts all the clues together, except for the very last piece. And then some other subterfuge I did, if I can find it real fast. I wanted her to think I'm still in, by the way, these are all like the different options. Wait, all the different, it's captured on video, people.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's just like a bathing suit.
It's just
Anyway.
a bathing suit.
Yeah. So
I don't like shopping.
She hates it.
You can
But look at all the different options. Like at least 8 dresses I'm like having to prepare for. So.
But I don't like shopping. So I was like, and I definitely don't like trying on clothes because clothes doesn't fit me because I'm like this small. And so
You and Lan.
yeah, Diane knows exactly.
Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was like, I saw a bathing suit section and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try on a bathing suit because I know I look cute in a bathing suit. I'm gonna feel cute in a bathing suit. So I was like, I'm gonna try on a bathing suit. And that will be the last thing I try on after I try on all these. Yeah. That was my time of the dressing.
You can always send pictures of trying on bathing suits. So here's a little bit of subterfuge. Let me know if you can hear this. So I filmed this while I was still in Boise, and what I did is I had multiple videos I filmed her, and I always put on this shirt combination so in all the videos it would look the same.
Hey, Nat and I are heading over to the dog park. Hope you're having fun. Bye.
Could you hear that, Diane?
Yeah.
Right. So I filmed that. I send it to her throughout the day, so she thinks I'm in Boise. And then this is where I was drawing out for the photographers where I wanted her party to stand when they filmed the actual engagement. So anyway, it's all right. So I'm sending her those videos throughout the day. She's following the clues. She's crying. Her and her best friends are having a great time. And then she gets all dressed up. So we go to Discovery Green, and the clue was you're going to discover the final piece of the puzzle in this magical green place, and I put Discovery Green in quotes, so it was obvious. I said, there's these listening bowls, and you can sit in one, and the other person can sit like 100 feet away, 50 feet away, and you talk, and because the way the cement is shaped behind you, they can hear your voice. And we were sitting there, and I said to Betsy, tell me something I don't know. Remember what you said? I know.
Yeah. It was something along the lines of...
This is like our first weekend ever together in Houston. This is one of our first times to really spend together.
Yeah. And so yeah, I was taking you to the park that I love, and we're sitting there, and I tell you, I think I could love you.
Mm-hmm. From like across the thing though, from like 50 yards away, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, right? So the clue was, and this is in this magical place, it's kind of like how we talk long distance on the phone. Your voice carries, but in this place, you don't need any electronics. So she figures out these listening vessels at the Discovery Green. So I'm hiding. So I'm across the street and at Starbucks, and there they are, and I'm watching her show up to put the last pieces of the puzzle together. Isn't that cool? And I'm like so nervous, because I know about the proposal and all that stuff. So then she shows up and she's dressed like gorgeous, and she puts the last pieces of the puzzle in. And then these are the last pieces. The man who finds a wife finds a treasure, and he receives favor from the Lord. So then after she does that, the instructions, the last envelope says,
and this the Betsy and Jase form puzzle is still empty. There's nothing
Yeah.
there.
That's missing. That one piece is missing. And the clue said you're going to be missing this. So then it says, okay, and then so the first page had the quote and it said, now you know why I've called you my treasure. And hopefully she thinks I'm in Boise still. The next page says, I hope you've also discovered how you are a treasure to your friends and family and how much people love you. And then the last page says, the last thing you do is just sit down and close your eyes until we ask you to open them. So she sat, they texted me, she sat. And so what I did is I went to the listening bowl on the other side and I sat and I think I screen capped it. I started reading her Corinthians. And I could not get through it. I started crying like crazy. Where is it? Yeah. Corinthians. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud. Doesn't demand its own way. It's not irritable. Keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. But it took me like 2 minutes because I was crying. What'd you think?
Well, as soon as I heard your voice, that was like, he's here, he's here. And I mean, it was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
It was surreal.
So what
It couldn't have been more perfect, but I got to hear the other side.
So she was sitting in the exact spot when she had said that first time to me, and I was sitting where I was, but this time I'm talking back to her. And so then I said, you can open your eyes, and then I walked over and I said, here's the last piece of the puzzle, and it was put together, and it said Betsy and Jase formal proposal. So I said, we put it in, and we positioned it so that she would have to turn her back to me, and while she did that, I took a knee and I pulled out the ring.
Yeah.
And so then here's what that looked like. And this is perfect because we're really get to the surprise in a second. So let me just do it here. Hold on, please. That's not what I want to do. So here is exactly how it looks. So that was the moment. And there's the videographer in the background. So these guys are going to make like a video of it, put it all together. And then we did some engagement like, hey, we're just, excuse me, there's something. So then we're like, going to put together some engagement photos and stuff. And so, but here's like their engagement photos we took. So we took a bunch of pictures afterwards. And it just was so awesome. And we took a bunch in this field and it came out great. So we only got like the first part of the photos, but I'm super happy. And there's the treasure hunt put together. Actually, what happened was this piece right here had fallen out somewhere. And Betsy's like, but there's a piece missing.
I turned around and
yeah, literally the first thing she says is there's a piece missing. And so her ring, she wanted this ring, and it's can you tell them why you wanted the unfinished diamond?
Yeah. Okay, so my ring, you can see it is
you can pull it up there if you want to see it better.
There it is. Okay, so it is a diamond, it's a yellow diamond, and it is unpolished, uncut, and it just goes to show that that's who we are. We're, and we're a work in progress, and we're never really finished.
Yeah, and she's like, in our relationship, we've given it to God. It's about God and Jesus' love, and we want to use it as an opportunity to express God's love. By the way, God loves you. And I'll talk about the personal growth in a moment and how God plays into that. So, but the point was that we're not finished, we're unfinished. And she said that, and she goes, we're unfinished in God. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good. So, So when the puzzle piece was missing, I was like, my speaker training kicked in, and I'm like, honey, it's unfinished. So then here's some of our pictures for you guys. And here you can see it's unfinished. So it's what she wanted. I didn't tell you guys this part. So I ordered it on Etsy. She already took it out, and it's from India, and it got stuck in customs because of the holidays. And you guys, I ordered like December 14th, and on Christmas Day, it got stuck in customs, and now it's like January. I'm supposed to fly out here on Saturday, and Monday morning I still didn't have it, and I'm starting to stress. And it was really interesting. Monday night I prayed. Oh my gosh, so
You told me.
yeah, I think it was a show. I'm like, so Monday I prayed and I was like, I just gave it to God. Tuesday morning I got a text saying it's on the way, and then it showed up Wednesday. But meanwhile, she doesn't know it showed up. So I keep saying, hey, pray for that ring to get to you. Pray for the ring, because I already had it, right? And it was so cool. It had like the box of these waxed. Anyway, so it was just great, you guys. So we were engaged February 15th. I think that's my favorite one. So it was just great. Everything worked out really great. So now, talking about the personal growth and how this comes in. What I realized is, one, Betsy is like, I love her beyond measure, right? Just amazing. And I realized too, I could have never been open to having it and keeping it and not destroying it before I made breakthroughs around my subconscious programming around being loved, and also before God really showed me what love was like by loving me no matter how I was to him. And so personal growth wise, like one of the things I really believe is what's deep seated in us. And this is why they say that close relationships bring up your stuff, is because our deepest stuff comes up. So I used to have this thing about I'm not, I can't get what I want. I'm not lovable. I'm not enough, right? So I made a breakthrough with that. And then, God moved my heart. And out of that, I created the space that I could have this. What's really been interesting, I'm telling you, since I proposed, we have had more, the last 2 days than we've ever had combined since we met. Not that we've been together that long, but it's been the last 2 days have been tough. But I think I'm emotionally strung out because I led a super intense 2-day event. And then I was just staying up so late, putting all this together, and was so nervous and tense about it. And I haven't had a chance to rest. So that's one, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. But the other one I realized today was we were talking through something, and I had hurt Betsy's feelings, and she's crying. And my dad doesn't talk to me anymore. And my dad, growing up, said, Jase, or Jason is my legal name, Jason, love is conditional. And if you don't act the way that people like, they will leave. And if you don't straighten up, I will leave. My dad doesn't talk to me anymore. So I'm talking to Betsy, she's crying, and I go, this little voice in my brain goes, she's about to tell you it's done. And I'm like, so now what I realized is while I got rid of the programming of, I'm not enough, I can't have what I want, I'm not lovable, and I got rid of that, the next onion layer for me is about being left. Because if that's always in my space, I'm either going to always experience that fear, and that's going to suck, or worse, I will act in ways that manifest it and cause her to. And that's not going to happen. So thank God this is coming up, because that's when we teach events, we have breakthroughs too. So I'm taking that into this. Diane, when we asked what we're breaking through, that's what I'm breaking through, that people leave. I'm breaking through that permanent, long-lasting, healthy, loving relationships that get richer and richer. And so if you're looking at this, and there's no guarantees on what will happen in your life. And if you want more money, if you want more love, if you want more happiness, dynamic life, it's unbelievable the results we have had with people. Some other shout outs real quick. Did we welcome Chris? Chris, welcome to the show. Brianna, good to see you. Heidi Marie, good to see you. Wow, long time to see you. Sydney, beautiful photos. Thank you. Shelly Stevens, and hi Shelly, nice to see you too. Andre, and welcome. Sarah Lamont. Hey Sarah, sorry from Lucy also. So so I just want to invite you guys. I don't know if it's money, I don't know if it's love, I don't know what it is for you. If you don't do the work internally, you will either sabotage what could come, or you will not have the space for it, or you'll have it and not be able to enjoy it. And so I'm going to do the work. So I'm so happy during this life is coming personally, because that's what I'm going to get a breakthrough on. And those of you that are speakers, authors, trainers, when you do it right, you create an event that is completely focused on the space for your attendees to change their life, and you hold the space. Your job is to hold the space, do the training, create the cauldron where they can transform it. It is not about you. And when you do it right, you get a breakthrough too. Invariably, you will get a huge life-changing breakthrough as well. So I'm looking forward to it, because then I'll go through that, and what better, seriously, actually, what better wedding present could I give her than a better me?
Oh, I'm so
I love you.
excited.
So that's the story. You know that show. I'm so excited. So that's what we've got. Now let's turn it over to the lovely and talented Diane to see. Oh, Ricky said that Isabel is there also. Hey, Isabel.
Hello.
So Ricky owns a home inspection company, and with her husband Chris, and she sent her daughter Christy and this marketing rep to my event in October. And I fell in love with the marketing rep, and she's leaving to move to Boise. So I say Betsy is my greatest upsell. I'm really glad I'm a speaker. And full disclosure, I called up Ricky and Chris and I said, I bet you didn't send your marketing rep to my event in order to lose them. So I'm hooking you up with an amazing price on Black Belt speaker training as a thank you. So I gave Ricky like this sweetheart deal, and now there's like 4 of them in Black Belt. So that offer is now closed. No one else. But I want you to know, when you do me a solid, I do you an even bigger solid. Well, no, you can never beat this solid. But I do you as well as I can back. So anyway, so let's move to Diane's announcements, and the numbers are climbing. We should put a comment, and we should share. I'm going to share this out and say, Diane's about to make her announcement. Diane's big announcement's coming. Share it up. Hang on, I'm sharing this out. Sure. Oh, it didn't let me do it as an announcement. Share. Yeah. This is good TV, right? Like, yeah, keep that going. So I'll segue it. By the way, one thing you want to do when you're speaking, lives, whatever, you want to segue. So I'll segue it. Ready? Here's an example of segue. Not the bike you stand on. So, Christy said love from Tori and Christy. Oh, I left out part of the story. Diane, the other thing you want to do is build anticipation by putting things off and leaving opening loops. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so funny. I was teaching the event, and open loops are, you start a story and then you don't finish it, you leave an open loop and then you finish it later. And when you leave this open loop, people stay interested. Kind of like Diane's story is an open loop, right? So I had so many open loops going that one of the attendees is like, will you just teach me this one thing? Jeff was stressing. I hadn't taught it to him. It was so funny. So I left out this one part. So we do all this thing, and Betsy thinks she's going to dinner with the girls, and we had reserved a room. So you think at the end of the night it's going to be what?
At dinner with the girls, and now Jase.
Yeah, and so we actually had reserved.
And my sister, because my sister had.
Yeah, that's all she knew.
At Los Cucos.
At Los Cucos. So it's this Mexican restaurant that's meant like a lot to her family, and so. Here we go. So this will be the last piece. So then, but actually what we did.
And to set it up even more, my friends had sent an invite, like through Evite. And so there was only like 4 of us that were invited, just my girlfriends. And they were posting comments and everything, like, oh yeah, we're going to this event. And
so we paid the videographer to go there and capture her surprise when we walked in, because her parents were there, her uncle was there, a lot of the family in Houston was there. So these are just iPhone pics, but we also had, there's her sister, there's her mom, there's her brother. We also had professional photos taken. So there's her dad. So it's probably like 30 people there for the surprise. And this picture is called Find the White Guy. So we had like 30 people there for the surprise. So she thought she had all the surprises, but there was one more, and that surprise was, having her family there. Family's like super important to her. So that's the whole story. Okay, now to Diane to tee it up. So part of what we did as a cover for her not to wonder where I was Saturday and to have no clue I'm coming into town is Diane's having a surprise party for Sprinkle. So,
yeah, and Diane even asked for my cup of tea, for that morning.
For input. So what we did was I mentioned to her but I wanted something to come from Diane to have her know she's really doing a party. So Diane texted Betsy that morning and goes, hey, if I'm throwing, what'd you say? If I'm throwing a party for someone.
I said, if I'm throwing a surprise party for somebody for their birthday, do I also have to get them a present?
So we did that as a total cover, and then I'll take it from there. I mean, you'll take it from here to fill us in. What happened next? Oh, Diane stole my idea about the videos, by the way.
I did, because it was such a lovely idea. I really appreciated the inspiration, Jase. So I contacted all of Steven's friends and our mutual friends and my family and people, and I collected videos saying what they thought was awesome about Steven. And Steven and I, we have this, if you've been to Boise and you've been to Jump, there's a big, like, pyramid jungle gym. Would you call it a jungle gym?
Yeah, like 2 stories high, maybe 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 stories high, and it has all these ropes on the inside, and you can climb up in it. And since we started dating, we always climb up in it because it's like 2 blocks away from his house, and we climb up in there and we watch the stars and we hang out and talk and stuff like that. And so
what's the stuff like that part?
Huh?
You said stuff like that. What's the stuff like that part?
It's just like chit chat and talk and be all ooey gooey.
You're leaving out the best part, Diane.
You don't kiss and tell. So it's a couple of blocks away from his house, and so on his birthday I told him I want him from 5 o'clock on. That was my time, and he said okay. And so I took him down to we walked from his place down to this thing, and we climbed up in it, and I had all of the videos loaded up on my phone, and I went through all the videos of everybody just saying how much they loved him and what they appreciated about him and things like that. And we went through all of that. And then I got to the last video was me, and it said, you know, what I really wanted you to get for your birthday was I wanted you to get how loved and appreciated you are. And it said some other stuff. And then the last part of it said, so I just have a couple questions for you. 1, did you get it? And 2, Steven. And then the video cut off, and then I proposed to him.
Oh, so epic.
So wait, we're on your right. You gotta look to your right. High five. No, you're on the right. There you go. Yeah.
You're over here?
Yeah. So we both got engaged the same weekend. How crazy is that? So if you want to get engaged, come work for us.
And I got the ring and everything.
You got him a ring. That's so cool. You guys smash that wow and that large card for love button. So just know also how it works to do Facebook Lives. so wait, my thoughts are show it.
That's the climbing. That's the climbing thing. But after I proposed to him, all of our friends and family that were part of the video had been hiding, and they all ran out underneath the structure, and then we all went out to dinner.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, I think I can show a picture of it. I could screenshot a picture. So she just tells me, hey, I'm doing the surprise thing for him, right? So then I text her, and I'm like, and I text her, I'm like, hang on, give me a second. What is he, Jump Pyramid images? Where's a still photo when you want it? Everything is pulling up is a video.
You're doing this live.
Okay, here's what it looks like.
Yep.
That's
our pyramid.
Where were you guys? Were you guys up here?
Yep, we were all the way at the top.
Oh, so then everybody runs out from like the buildings or something?
Yep.
Oh, it's so cool. So Diane, I go, how did it go? Because I knew she was surprising him, and she's like, awesome. And then she's like, we got engaged. And so then I go, oh, well, then who's surprised too? Because I thought he proposed to her, and then I'm thinking, did he actually know she was going to surprise him? And then he gets everyone in on it because he's actually going to. And then she goes, what did he tell you he wanted for his birthday?
I asked him because his birthday's so close to Christmas, right? And I've been asking him, what do you want for his birthday? And he keeps saying nothing, nothing, nothing. And then finally he said, I want you to propose to me. And I said, okay.
Wait, was he serious or kidding when he said that?
I think he was like half kidding.
There's always some truth in every joke.
Maybe he was feeling out how you thought about marriage.
In every joke. Well, we had talked about marriage several times prior to that. So I don't think it was that big of a surprise. He didn't know it was happening, and he didn't know it was happening then, and he didn't know that I was going to ask him. And he actually said at dinner he had already started planning how he was going to propose to me. So he didn't do it.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love it.
That's awesome.
So we're both engaged, or all three of us.
Yeah, well, all four now. It's pretty cool.
Four.
So were you like laying back on this thing? Did you look at him like this? Like, how'd you do it?
We were up at the top. There's sort of, there's sort of the top square in the little pyramid, and we're sitting on either side of it.
Like facing each other?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes me want to cry.
We were sitting next to each other watching the videos together. And then when he watched the last video, I moved to the other side. And then I box and I pushed the phone down when the video was done and asked him to marry me.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was wonderful.
So romantic. We have like 2 rom-coms to right now. Hey, those of you watching, do me a favor, mash that love button for Diane. That's awesome. You just got a big volcano. This has got to be the sweetest Facebook Live ever. I'm so proud of you. So now I want to teach and share you guys how to make better Facebook, but also the mindset behind it. So I text you all this, and my first thought is, can we talk about this on the Facebook Live? Speakeasy. Yeah. And then these two start to say hi before the speakeasy starts, where we got the video going to get the Zoom going. Then they start chatting. I'm like, stop talking. Save it for the Facebook Live. Oh, you just got a massive amount of hearts. Thanks. What?
And I didn't tell anyone my plan except for my daughters. They were the only ones who knew. And for an 8 and 11-year-old, they kept their mouths shut for several weeks. I was really impressed.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I had no clue.
I know.
Hey, some shout outs. Leo Harton joined, Jamie Polsky joined, Amber Tickum, hi, Tom Burrell joined, Matt Castle joined, Lisa Barker joined. Wow, we're getting more and more Boise people joining. Mark Price joined. Hi, everybody. Lisa's a buddy of mine who teaches, she's the one who got me into hot yoga in Vegas. Matt's a buddy, he's a professor at Boise State. Tom's the one who really got me to go to onsite. Tom is which opened the space for us. Amber Chitcom is a friend that lives in Boise as well. Jamie now lives in Jacksonville, a friend from Vegas. Shane, I think, is in Boise also. It's so cool. You got a Boise contingent. So, yeah, it's so romantic. So we're like, let's do the love episode. How trippy is it that we both all of us got engaged the same weekend? How crazy is that? I do too. That's like a special weekend.
And met our respective others in the same month.
Really? That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I remember you had talked about Sprinkle at whenever I met you.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was in the picture even longer. Aww.
I like Sprinkle too. No, you know what? I met Sprinkle in person coming back from that trip. He drove us home from the airport. I remember thinking, man, I really hope I like this dude, because if he's going to be with Diane, we're going to see him a lot. And she's really important to the company, so he better take care of her so she can be great. And I was like, all right, I like this guy. He's cool.
Ooh, one thing I found today that I have to show you, Jase, is I found some just beautifully nerdy videos from about 8 years ago of on YouTube of Steven talking about Bitcoin.
Well, sure. Let's take a look, shall we? Where do I search for? Wait, no, we can't. We can't make that the first impression of Sprinkle.
He's so cute, though. He's
all right, look. So wait, we should probably show him because he accepted my friend's request. Because last week we tried to show him on Facebook, and I almost said, "What's his last name?"
Sprinkle.
So Sprinkle. So we'll show him first. So before I do that though, so last night we're out having. So then also Chris and Ricky live here in Houston, and they're like long-term friends. And so it was nice at dinner too because Jesse's family doesn't know me, and this is all happening so fast. And so Chris and Ricky are there, and they're like, "Yeah, we've known Jase like seems like 10 years. It's really been like 7, but they're like, yeah." And so like, there's some proof I'm like a real human being with long-term, So it's good for them to meet Chris and Ricky. Thanks. But we went out to watch the national championship game last night, and so we're telling someone about Sprinkle, and they're like, "His name is Sprinkle," and I'm like, "He's really cool," and they're like, "Well, with a name like Sprinkle, he has to be." So we're talking about it. It's like you either become a hermit or really cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like a boy named Sue, when your name's Sprinkle. So everybody loves. I really like. He's just one of.
No.
Oh, time for a screen chair. Did you see the pictures he posted?
Uh-huh.
So here's Sprinkle in a chair. That was really great commentating by me.
By a fire.
I'm really good at this stuff.
Yeah, you're good at this.
Oh, someone caught. Was that it? Was that the moment?
That was Ivy, my 11-year-old daughter's 11-year-old best friend. About that.
Did he know they were there? Did she like run out or what?
Yeah, she knew.
Did he know?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
She just was like, "I've got to get a picture," and she ran out real fast. Good for her. Oh my gosh, way to go, Ivy. Big ups for Ivy. Oh, that's so romantic.
I love.
Speaking of it,
It is.
I love it. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
You gotta frame that.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. So then did you like pose for more pictures or something?
No, she just has a really nice iPhone that clearly takes better pictures than I do.
So when I was getting Betsy's puzzle made, I thought I was going to get it from this place online. And so they had 2 11 by 17 wooden puzzles. And if you want, I think we can make different photos if we can. And if you want one to make a puzzle, you could have one. So
that's neat.
yeah, and wooden too, wooden pieces. So so cool, so cool. So we're trying to find more pictures of Sprinkle to show them. There he is. There's Sprinkle. He's really cool. Are there any videos of Sprinkle currently before we show nerdy Sprinkle?
Not that I know of. That picture that you had just shown was after dinner. We went to dinner at the place where we had our first date, which is called the Taj Mahal. It's in downtown Boise. And it's this great Indian restaurant, and the owner came out and put these big Indian headdresses on us and took pictures of us and stuff. I haven't gotten those pictures back from my friends yet, but it's right next to a bar, and we all went over there and danced afterwards.
It broke up. A ballroom? Is that what you said, or a bar?
A bar called The Balcony.
Oh, the balcony. Oh, I like the balcony. The balcony is predominantly a gay bar, and they have like drag queen shows and the best dance music in Boise.
Well,
And
there
like,
were very many pictures from the after party for.
oh, cool. So, so this is what I saw on Monday. When did I text you? I guess Monday, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what is this?" Or someone screen capped it and sent it. I don't remember how I saw it, but I saw it. I was like, "Wait a minute, no, I saw Bob Donnell commented on it." And then I was like, "Wait a minute, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
Or maybe he said, yeah, he said, "What?" And then I thought, and I was like, "What?" What? Oh, God.
Well, and I post this without very many details, and I got so many messages from friends that didn't know about it that are far away asking me, they're like, oh my goodness, send me a picture of the ring. And I was like,
Aww.
I can't because it's on his finger.
So talk about pictures. So my mom messaged me because I put very little details on mine also. So I wrote, I posted this and I said, well, guess what just happened? And evidently a lot of Betsy's
I didn't.
But a lot of people think we got married. I think because it looked, I don't know why. I mean, anyway, I just thought it was interesting. Like people, but a lot of people thought we get married instead of engaged. So, all right, let's find Nerdy Sprinkle talking about Bitcoin. What do I search?
Morning Bit on YouTube.
Morning Bit? That's
Yeah, it's that top one.
this?
Top, that, yeah.
Is there?
Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
Can you
This
hear
is
it?
Morning Bit. Let's get to it. Top 3 things I think are important today for Bitcoin. The first of which is Bitfunder just announced that they're going to be ceasing operations. Now, they did this announcement just yesterday, but it follows a long string of events surrounding security inside of the platform regarding user accounts. Following this and having that shut down really,
I gotta say, he doesn't seem so bad.
the Bitcoin community regarding.
He delivers all right. I like this. I think this is my favorite part. Oh, wait, where is it? Oh, let me take a sip of my coffee. Good morning.
Top 3 things
I didn't know you were there.
Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle. Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle. Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle. Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
Wait, who are you?
Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
Oh, okay. Diane, who's your fiance?
Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
Oh. Who?
Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
You're too much fun. You should have some fun.
Honey, you know what's so funny? It was this.
Morning, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
Oh, hi, Steven. It's good to see you. He actually looks great. To tell you the truth, though, like if I was looking at this and assessing it from the point of view, he looks great. His livery's great, and it's like I like his energy and stuff. Right? I don't think it's too nerdy. Do you?
It's adorable nerdy.
Oh, okay.
I like nerdy.
Yeah.
Nerd is
Awesome.
the new hot.
What?
Nerd is the new hot. Pretty boys are out. Nerdy boys are in.
Yeah. Let's see how many viewers he has. He's got 30,000 views. What's up, Sprinkle? That's pretty. That's what I got. Wow, he was doing this for a while, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Let's see what his most viewed video was. Massive DDoS.
Hey, I'm Steven Sprinkle. This is Morning Bit. Let's get to it.
Wait, who are
Hey,
you?
I'm Steven Sprinkle. This is Morning Bit. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Steven Sprinkle.
Where's the coffee cup, Sprinkle?
Morning Bit. Let's get to it. Top 3 things I think are important.
Why is he so short in this
First of
video?
which, there's been a massive attack against
Do I
Bitcoin
have
for
to
about the past 24
speak?
hours,
I know.
specifically targeted against Bitcoin exchanges. Now, it's not clear who this is coming from or what the motivations are behind it, but what's been happening is a DDoS attack.
So good. I love it. He looks awesome. Way to go, Sprinkle. I mean, way to go. Sprinkle. This what you say, Sprinkle.
Yeah.
And then there's Bob, and then I don't have one. So, all right, guys. So that's Speakeasy with Jase today. Final thoughts. Anybody want to go first with the final thought? If you guys are at home and you like this and it's just fun, please like, share, mash that thing. Anybody else join? Sarah Clark. Sarah, what's up? Sarah, how did you like beautiful and lovely Boise? Matt, because you didn't say what happened and asked us this. Oh, okay. So Matt was saying that people thought we got married because I said, well, guess what just happened? I can see it looks like a wedding
People were
photo.
dancing.
So, okay.
And there's no ring in that picture.
No. Okay, so I'll give my final thoughts in a moment. I'll do last final thoughts. thoughts. Okay, go ahead, ladies. Who would like to go first? Or well wishes, thoughts, experiences from getting engaged, all that good stuff. Whatever.
Dan goes
I just am happy. I am very, very happy. I'm happy for you guys. I am happy for us. I'm happy for everybody involved who gets to be a part of this. And it's just, life is really good right now.
You know, I'm glad you said that because, and I've always been saying this, it's a really nice season. And I was saying it even when I broke my leg, like it's a difficulty and it's still a nice season. And I think though, that is a testament to the work you've done, the work I've done, the work you've done, the personal growth you've had. For us, our connection with God, you have something. And it's a testament to not passively just sitting around. And I think it's also really nice when you're in a good season to notice the good season. That's awesome.
Yay. Somebody commented on the picture, that's a way of doing, having a dynamic life. And
that's great. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love it. Juana Francisco joined. Francisco. That's fun. It's you get distracted. I just got to tell you what's your thoughts. By the way, Dynamic Life, PM us. It's January 28th through 31, and I've got to get them a final count soon for the some of the special activities we do. So if you're interested, ping me. We would love to get you there. Erica, I'm talking to you, and I'm also talking to other people who want a life change. And we have some super high achievers coming to this thing too. It's going to be super cool. So what do you got? What's your thoughts?
I'm just excited. And I'm super excited to be able to go on this journey now with Diane as well. This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Hey, what'd the girls say? We didn't debrief on the girls. What'd they say?
The girls? Oh, they're really, 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 really excited. Yeah. Yeah. I had to, the last couple of weeks, because they've known and no one else has, they keep trying to plan the wedding. And I'm like, wait, I haven't proposed yet. They have it all set up in their mind what's happening. I have no clue.
Are they available? Because we need some help. We only have a month. Can we hire them as well? Can we hire your 11 and 8-year-old to help with the wedding?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. They're quite a high cost.
Yeah,
it's like popcorn.
Sleepover.
Rosie's video is so cute. Rosie's her letter was R, and she's like, Betsy, you are ravishing because you're so beautiful. It's awesome. And my final thought I had and lost. Find me a minute. I had it and lost. It is. It's awesome. So, you guys watching, I hope you've enjoyed this. We wanted to just share it with you and share some love and joy. I think seasons, going through seasons, taking time to notice you're in a good season, doing work. How did something else?
One thing that I do want to add when it comes to relationships is just when it comes to relationships, what you bring to it is your past experiences and the things that have been taught. And so whoever has spoken into your life, the experience that you've had, that's what you bring into it. And so whenever you come together, you have to be very self-aware of what you're doing, as your mindset. And so your mindset because of your past experience. And so, that's just a constant reminder, whenever you feel a certain way or, something just doesn't seem the way you want it to be, reflect on yourself. Why are you?
So, yesterday, we were supposed to meet them at a certain time to watch the game, and we weren't late yet. But my brain goes, "We're going to be late. Nobody cares what I want," and that totally just came from my crap as a kid and stuff that happened with my parents. And you know, them breaking up, I get what I want. And then also I remember as a kid, I'd go on vacation with my dad. He'd go, oh yeah, we're gonna do this fun stuff. And then we go like do this boring crap all day, and we wouldn't do what he said we'd do. And so I learned to not trust it. And so then that flared up yesterday. And so that wasn't about what was happening in the moment. It was about the crap in my heart that needs to be weeded. So yay joy in a sarcastic way, all the future work, but in a very serious way, yay joy, because it's access to just a whole nother level of love and compassion. You guys, and she said, be aware, what's happening on the surface is based on a root that's way below the surface that really, I don't think you can see. And I don't know how we weed that garden on our own. We get hurt with people, we need to heal with people. So whether you do it with us or somebody, do it, you know? And stay in that process of growth, because that's where the real magic happens, you know? So we love you guys. Diane and Sprinkle, we love you guys. Anything else you want to add? Any announcements or anything? No? Okay, like, share, subscribe. There will not be a Speakeasy next week because I will be flying back from Houston to Boise with Betsy and her mom. So we will be on an airplane. So no Speakeasy next week. And then the week after, we will be sharing stories from the visit. And then February 15th is the wedding. So a lot of stuff's happening very fast. Anything else?
Nope.
Like, share, subscribe, set your alarm. We love you guys. Anything else, Diane?
Love you guys.
Ping us for info on Black Belt or Dynamic Life. To see y'all soon. Thanks for being part of our life. Bye, everybody.
Bye.